Thank you, Chairwoman Hageman and Ranking Member Hoyle. My name is Chris Butler. I'm a father, a husband, an owner of Butler Marine. I'm on many boards dealing with boating access, including South Carolina Boating and Fishing Alliance, as well as the Center for Sportfishing Policy, the Marine Retail Association of the Americas. I represent 2 dealerships representing 35 people that are employees and team members. I operate 8 boat lines and 4 engine lines. I've fished and hunted all over this country. Most 27 states on my last count, I may have missed a few, and 8 different countries.
Mr. Butler, I see you're from South Carolina. You know, red snapper is another really popular recreational activity in Florida. I know they go all the way up the eastern seaboard, and we're working on improving the role of the states and being able to ensure we have a real red snapper season in the Atlantic. I wanted to hear from you how important it is for the Legacy Restoration Fund and in fishing and in hunting and in conservation generally.
Thank you for the question, Congressman. That fund is interesting from the standpoint of that it is brought in by the people who actually use it, by hunters and fishermen and from outdoor people. I think the importance of it is that, you know, those funds get redistributed where they need to go. But not only that, but they're used smartly with good science and worked with the people that have a stake in what's happening. I think too many times, I know I've been frustrated along with a lot of my fellow boat dealers and people within the industry where things are decided without us having a seat at the table with our ideas. And I think sometimes it's a bipartisan thing on what we're talking about here, which is refreshing. And sometimes I think that whenever environmentalists don't realize that we want the same thing, they think that one side's bad, and they don't bring us to the table to come up with our ideas. I think that's where things get lost. And the best part, or how we could move forward, is by bringing both parties to the table and say, here's a problem we have. What solutions can we come up with? I'm probably one of the few people in this room, I may be the only person that's seen a right whale. I've seen them in the ocean, and it was one of the best days of my life. Luckily, I did it with my son, but we spent 30 minutes with it. Not very close. You couldn't get close to it, but I saw it because of radar. That's how I spotted it from 2 miles away, and was able to see something like that. And it happened over 20 years ago, and it's never left me.
Well, certainly hunters, fishermen are a key part of conservation as well. I agree, and I appreciate your comments, and I yield back.
You know, you all come from a broad background, but Mr. Butler, you made a statement that I think is very profound in your testimony. You said public access is not just a quality of life issue, it's the foundation of the conservation funding model in this country. When access declines, participation declines. When participation declines, conservation funding declines as well. When conservation funding declines on the water and on the ground, conservation and management decline. It's a vicious cycle that we're in with the need for conservation and the need for participation. And if we let that get out of kilter, it causes damage.
Mr. Butler, the chairwoman asked you about the short season for red snapper, and you talked about the economic impact that has. Do you want to take just a minute and talk about how having a 2-day season might contribute to bad data that then justifies a short season and keeps the cycle going?
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, the crazy thing is this is one of those ironic moments where NOAA determines small craft advisories and also is over top of what comes with the fishing season. And we'll get 1 day or 2 day. And if we get bad weather with small craft advisories, that puts people at a position of, I can't fish, I shouldn't fish, but all of a sudden I have to fish, even though it may be dangerous, because that's the only day I have, and there's not a blowout day listed at another time. By doing that, then exactly how do you get data from people that didn't go fishing? what data do you use? And the same question I always have is, I've only met one person in 30 years of saltwater fishing that's ever actually been asked by NOAA what they caught. So I don't know where the data comes from. Whereas today, with South Carolina getting ready to manage that, hopefully manage that fishery coming up, we're already set up to work it on an app where we can get real-time data on what's been caught, mortality rates, that can give us good data to then decide what really is actually happening out there to make better decisions, obviously.
Thank you.